everyone, it's Thursday, March 3rd, and welcome to Odds Wizard, where we bet for fun by betting together. We didn't have our best night last night. We had 3 coin flip games that all came down to buzzer beaters, and we lost all 3 of those buzzer beaters. But what we're doing here is we're picking games that are going to be fun to watch. We picked 3 awesome games last night, had a rooting interest. Things just didn't fall our way at the buzzer, but it doesn't make it any less fun to watch, and that's the whole point of this. We're not here to get rich. We're here to have fun following sports by putting a little bit behind each game. And I've got 3 games tonight that can hopefully make up for last night. I'm going to start with a 7 o'clock ESPN game. It's an NHL game. It's on ESPN Plus. It's Ottawa plus 1.5 at Florida, and that's at plus 135 odds. Now, I just told you I want to pick good games, right? So Ottawa's won like 9 or 10 games this season. Most of their wins are pretty big upsets. And Florida is a far superior team. So you would think that I would pick Florida. Or I would pick a different game. But I really think that Ottawa could win this game tonight. I just had a gut feeling for it. And here's the other reason I wanted to pick this. Ottawa has lost 4 of their last 5 games. 4 of those games are 1-goal games, right? So they're playing, and those are all versus very, very top echelon teams. And they're playing them all to one goal, basically. If we're going to get plus odds on 1.5 goals, and they've been playing and only losing by 1 goal or less, that's a really good chance to win this bet. And also, I do think Ottawa could upset Florida tonight, and it should still be a really good game and a really close game like they've played their last 4. So we have Ottawa plus 1.5 goals at Florida tonight. The other weird thing is I've lived in Florida for 7 years, and I have zero idea what city the Florida Panthers play in. You think I'd know that, but I couldn't tell you if it's Orlando or Miami or somewhere in between. So that's our first pick in the NHL. Our second pick is going to be an NBA game. It's 7:30. We're going to take the Nets to beat the Heat, and that's at plus 125. So the Heat are favorites in this game. I'm going to throw a caveat in this. This is supposed to be the game that Kevin Durant comes back. If he doesn't, I would probably switch and take this the other way. So if you're seeing this video a little later in the day and they announce that KD is going to take one more night of rest and won't play to the next game, I would take the Heat. But for now, if KD plays, I'm taking the Nets over the Heat. The Heat are coming off a brutal game last night. That was our pick. They lost by 1 point at the buzzer. I mean, it was crushing, and it was so back and forth against a great Bucks team. So they played on the road in Milwaukee last night. Now they're going to play on the road in New Jersey tonight. So that's the big reason I would take the Nets at plus odds tonight. Even though they've lost 4 of their last 5 games, just like the Ottawa Senators had, almost every one of those games would have been wins if Kevin Durant played. I almost guarantee it. I mean, he's such a difference maker. If he plays, the Nets are a far different team. So I'm thinking he plays tonight. And then the Nets come back and beat the Heat. So that's our pick number 2. Our third pick tonight, we're going to stick in the NBA. We're going to pick 2 teams we pick all the time. We're going to take the Warriors and at the Mavs. But we're going to take the over in this game. And the over is 219 points. The odds on that are minus 110. It's an 8:30 game. This should be a pretty high-scoring game. These teams have played each other twice so far. They played each other 3 days ago, and they put up 208 points. And they played each other a month and a half ago, and they put up 222 points. The game a couple days ago where they put up 208, the Warriors had a 19-point lead and then went ice cold. So had the Warriors actually stayed with the rhythm they had, they would have cleared 219 points by a lot. The Warriors look like a team in disarray lately. They've lost 6 of 8 after winning pretty much every game before that. They were pretty much the best team in the NBA until Klay Thompson came back, and I think they're struggling to find a rhythm with the new setup. I don't think they're struggling to score points. I think that the bigger struggle is on defense, to be fair. So that's why I'm going to take the over in this game. And the reason I usually pick these 2 teams, one of these 2 teams in our NBA picks is, like I said, we're picking exciting games, and these are 2 of the most exciting teams in the NBA right now, along with the Heat and the Bulls, so you'll see us make a lot of those picks this year. I'm always going to pick the teams that are going to be the most fun to watch every night, not necessarily the ones with the most sure bets. So keep that in mind when you're making your bets behind this, is we're picking the games that are going to be the closest odds and the closest games. So if you take all 3 of our picks tonight, our odds are going to be plus 910. That is a huge unfavorable advantage for us. We have 2 upset picks tonight, which just makes it more fun, to be honest. But yeah, so if you throw everything in the cauldron, our odds are going to be plus 910. To review our picks for tonight, we have Ottawa plus 1.5 goals at Florida. We've got the Nets over the Heat. And we've got the Warriors and the Mavs over 219 points. Please go ahead and follow us on Twitter. I'll comment along as the games go on. Feel free to comment on the videos and just get involved. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a great night and good luck with your bets. See ya.